Hello everyone, it's DA here. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you are doing amazing. Today on Let's Talk, we're going to be going through some developer updates and also possible concepts to be seen in the future of the game. Now, a quick disclaimer before you proceed with this video. This video is made with information from developers and also a composition based on speculation, which means every information in this video is not going to be 100%. Some of them are ideas or guesses. However, you also have everything which is also based on the information and what the developers said during dev streams, live streams, or different chats, or even different hotfixes or patch notes. But these things also have a high chance of coming into the game as well. Now, today's video is going to be based on or be about light versus dark, or Umbra versus light factions in Warframe. Now, a lot of you are going to wonder what are you talking about, but I'm going to break a lot of these things down for you. Now, since the release of the second Dream and also one of the things that we saw in War Within, we've been led down a path of making decisions between a light side or a dark side in Warframe. And regardless of the decisions that a lot of you made during a lot of those quests, either you played more than once or played it 3 times, 4 times, or 10 times, it is still one of those things where all those decisions that you made seems to have little to no impact in the game at all. Now, we made a lot of these things and there have been no consequences on either side you choose. If you choose the light side, there is no change. If you choose the dark side, there are no changes at all. But in the recent developer updates that we've seen from dev streams and also different patch notes and different live streams, they mentioned that they were going to make some changes where your choices and your decisions will matter. And this is one of the things that they have spoken about in regards or things related to the next coming quest, which is the Umbra or the Sacrifice quest. Now, when I heard that, the first thing that came to my mind was faction battles. Now, what do I mean by faction battles? Well, with games like Guild Wars 2, games like World of Warcraft, or even other games out there, one of the things that is very unique and very peculiar about a lot of these things, and mostly in games like DC Universe Online, is that you have a hero versus villain, or you have different factions or different individuals versus another group of individuals. However, in Warframe, we only have Tennos and they don't have different races or elves or things like that. So in this situation, we are looking at it in much of a way of a Umbra versus a light side. And that's one of the things that you've seen in DCUO, where you have a PvE and a PvP server, where other players can encounter each other, and if the decision of choosing will begin to matter, this can mean that you will encounter other players in the open world setting. Now, a large map like Venus, which is something that has been proposed, or a map like Plains of Eidolon, which is going to see a much more bigger and a variation of expansion in the future, will be a great and an amazing starting ground for this idea in this concept. And I just believe that if we have anything like this in a Warframe, just like the ways we have invasions, just like the way we have controls, how clans take control of dark sectors, we may be given a situation where the Umbra or the Lights will have a continuous battle for the control of the entire system. And whichever side you belong to, whichever side has the most control, if you do journey into those sides, the chances of getting a certain resource will be a lot much higher. And if you go to the other side, which is being controlled by a different faction, your chances of getting a certain resource will be a lot much lower. Now, the participation of different clans could also mean something within this system, and when control of zone changes, the maps will also turn darker or turn red like the Stalker solo map that we saw on different streams ago. So this is one of the things that can be also quite unique and also interesting. Now, this is not something set in stone by DE, but this is something that is looking much more of a possible thing to happen, because when they say decisions will matter, and we're looking at decisions of a light side or a dark side, this means players will be put in situations where, hey, you can say you're Umbra, you're part of an Umbra side, your decisions matter. Now, that will not restrict a lot of players from acquiring or attaining certain resources, because that would just be totally bad. But I think that will also bring a lot of variations to the way we play Warframe. Now, I know a lot of you said we don't want anything PvP related in Warframe, but we also have to understand and also be willing to entertain the idea of having a variation of that in a different way. It will not affect the way you play the game. It will just create a different avenue or a different zone for people for a lot of people to play the game in a different way. Now, let me know what you guys think about this, and also if it is a possibility for a future of the game. And for once, the Tennos will be given a chance to forge their own path. They've always been told by Margulis or by Lotus that this is what you have to do, this is how you have to do this is how you have to walk. And if we look at one of the things that the Quills also said, they mentioned and also paraphrased, a lot of things about the Tenno making their own decisions, and each thing they do will also have an impact in all the universe. So this could be the beginning of something unique where the Tennos will have to decide and create and forge their own path, and also where they will proceed and how they will do things in the future. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below, and also let me know your comments and your thoughts about this, and also share this video, and also subscribe to the channel for more Warframe. And as always, it is D signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one.